Welcome back, witches, for another vlog. I am just sitting here right now waiting for my mom to get here. We are going for a coffee date this morning, so I figured I would just pick up the camera and do a little introduction to show you what I am going to be getting up to in my witchy life this week, this month. We'll see how it goes. But after this coffee date, I am going to show you a couple of things today. The first one being possibly the upstairs. We are currently under construction, and there is an area that I'm going to make into sort of like a witchy nook. And I would like to get your opinion on what I should put in there. If you have any recommendations of where to get furniture or what you think it should look like, definitely want to show you that. And I am also going to be refreshing my jewelry salt bowl stand. It's where I keep my jewelry, and I keep salt and herbs there to cleanse, charge, and charm the jewelry. So every time I put it away at night, it is re-energized for the next day. And I change out that salt about every month. So I'm going to show you how I do that. If you might have already seen it depending on when this vlog goes up, because I'm planning on putting that on Instagram. So if you don't follow me over on Instagram, that is Witch Wednesdays Podcast, all one word. So let's get to it. All right, so let me show you the mess that is the construction, so you have an idea of what we're doing. So this is what the one staircase looks like, and it's off of our kitchen, and then it's sort of the same going down. And this is the main thing that we're fixing, because as you can see, this is clearly not to code. Like, the stairs themselves are really small, and just the way that they're positioned, they're super dangerous. And this house was flipped and like renovated on the main floor and in the basement, but they didn't do the stairs because changing a staircase, which is like the safest part of the house and the most structurally sound, is a big undertaking. And these were therefore grandfathered in. So if you start messing around with them, then you have to change them according to code in city of Chicago. So we decided that we wanted to change them because they're dangerous. They're a pain in the ass. They're a pain in the ass for me. And then John has like size 13 feet or something like that. So he cannot even like walk on these stairs. They're such a pain in the butt. So while we decided to do that, we decided also to fix this up here. So those are the stairs that we just came up. Now, this is what it looks like going down that way. And it was always like this with this low roof line here. I can stand under it completely. I mean, see, look it up. I have plenty of room. I'm 5'7". John could never really fit in here except in the very middle portion here, and he is 6'4". So down there, we are like leaving this how it is, and we are putting drywall up and like little doors, and this is all going to be storage on both sides, mostly for our Halloween decorations, which is what you see sitting right here. That's one of them. But most of them are in the garage, and we are going to be able to put those then inside the walls. Down there, that window is staying how it is, and John can't really fit down there, at least not comfortably. So that is going to be my little witchy nook. And I am trying to decide what to do over there. So I would like your opinion. Let me know what you think I should do, what you think I should add to this area, how I should sort of set that up, knowing that it's kind of short. The window is pretty low to the ground. Should I do some sort of desk, some bookcases, display case, crystals? I don't know exactly what I am planning for there. So I would love your ideas. And if you have any place that you love to get quality furniture pieces from, let me know, because I always have such a hard time with that, especially bookcases and desks. I'm not really sure what places to go other than maybe Wayfair. So if you have any ideas for that, let me know. And then this is how it looks coming back this way. So it used to all be that lower roof line like that. But then this is the other thing that they did, which was to pop up this half of it and then put in a new HVAC unit that will control up here. So they put in those 4 windows and popped up this whole area. So obviously lots of stuff going on, but this is going to be the new master bedroom that we can finally fit a king-size bed in, which will be really, really nice. But of course, it is going to take forever. It finally just got started. We've been waiting forever, and now it's just sitting. Obviously, like I said, today is a Monday and there are no workers here today, so nobody's coming again until like Wednesday or Thursday, I think. So that is less than enjoyable. I'd rather that somebody be working here every day, but have no control over it. So it's probably going to take another 3 months, at least from where we are now, which is overwhelming to me. But yeah, apparently this is actually the easy part. And then the staircase is what's going to be the most difficult. So what they're planning on is a switchback staircase. So the stairs will go from here all the way to there. So we won't be able to actually access that window without a step ladder. And then there will be a platform, and then they sort of switch back and they will go down that way. So there won't be that awkward curve of tiny stairs. They're just going to go all the way to the wall and then platform and then down. And we are continuing that all the way down to the basement and getting rid of that staircase too. So that's actually what costs the most money in this whole thing. You would think it's like popping up an entire roof and adding a room, but no, it's not. It is the staircase. And I structurally understand that, but it's a big project, and I'm already overwhelmed, and we've only been at this for like 3 weeks. So I'm going to be at my absolute wit's end at the end of this. So here is what I have for my jewelry. I actually have my jewelry right there to be like fully cleansed and everything before putting it back on here. But this is my jewelry stand. I have a separate box for things that I don't wear as often, but this is sort of where I put all of the salt and herbs that I want to use for the cleansing and charging and charming. So I have, this one is the salt, and then I have orange peel that I'm going to use. I have comfrey that I'm going to use, and this one is rosemary. So I am going to lay down the salt and then add the rosemary for protection. The comfrey is for protection, the salt of course for cleansing, and then I am adding orange peel to attract good luck and fortune, and I just like the way that it smells. So since this sits out on my counter sort of shelf thing in my bedroom, I am able to smell it, and I like to change out the ingredients based on the season. And although orange is often associated with Yule, I really associate that citrusy scent with the summer. So I like using that in the summertime. And then in the fall and winter, I switch to different but still protective herbs. So I use star anise, or I use cloves instead, and then it smells good and it still has the properties that I want. So anyway, if you want to see that step by step, I think that will be up on Instagram. Hello friends, filming on my phone today, out running some errands and totally forgot my camera, but we are sitting right now outside of the crystal store. I'm going to a new one. I've never been to this one before. And then I am going over to a witchy store. So I figured I would take you along for the ride and show you what those look like. It's actually a store that I've been to and I like, but it's a little further away from me, so it's not the one that I usually go to. So I thought it'd be fun to check that out today. So taking you along for the ride. Let me know if there's anything that you like in these stores that I did not pick up, but we will see what I end up getting. I have nothing in mind that I need to get. Yeah, literally not a thing. I was trying to think if there's anything on my list, but there's really not. I'm just going for the fun of it.
There's not a lot to see on that road. It's
No.
just the same thing over and over again.
Certain areas. So,
Okay.
also down here, I will recommend. I love this incense. So it's green chocolate, so it has this like slightly.
All right, I have made it home, so let me show you the fruits of my errands. First of all, let's go with the library. I got the Black Witch, which is YA fiction, and I got this Ozark folk magic. I love folk magic, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. So let's talk. I went to the crystal store, which is called On the Rocks, Jewelry and More in Chicago, and highly recommend. That was my first time going there, and it was so much fun. There were two guys working. They were really great. They were really helpful, and they were also able to, you know, when you like buy a couple of things, they give you discounts here and there. They really work with you and have great knowledge on everything that was available. So they knew, you know, what pieces I would like and things. And I have my eye on some bigger pieces, but since I'm trying not to spend so much money while all the house is under construction, I have a couple of pieces that are bigger that I was like, maybe I'm going to put these on my birthday and Yule wish list. So, but smaller pieces that I got. So first of all, I hope that you can see this, but like it's got this beautiful sparkle to it, doesn't it? So this is called Specular Hematite. And that was a new one for me, but I am drawn, as you're going to see in the rest of these, I'm drawn to anything that's got sparkle to it. So this is supposed to be for spiritual manifestation and joy, and it goes with the third eye and crown chakras. So I just got it because I was like, I feel joy when I'm looking at this piece. So I got that one. I got a Citrine here. It is one of my stones that I work with absolutely all the time. I believe it is one of my birthstones as well for November or Scorpio, one of those. And I just really connect with the stones. I have a couple of pieces of it, but I just picked that up while I was there. I also picked up another black tourmaline. I have a bigger chunk of this, but I wanted a small one too, because I find these small pieces to be really useful in spell work. And then the other ones that were new to me, I got a copper sphere. Again, just love the shiny. And I don't really have anything copper that I work with, so I thought that would be a nice addition. And then this is Bismuth, which you've probably seen because it's just like the squared off edges and like the rainbowy color has just been really popular lately, and people have been really enjoying that. So I got a little piece of that because I don't have one yet. And this is for stimulating energy, promoting curiosity, and relieving emotional and spiritual isolation. So, I mean, you can see that this is like a energizing, curious stone. I just love the colors of it, so I think that'll be really pretty. Going to place this somewhere. Bismuth is more fragile than everything else that I have pictures. I have to be careful with this one, but I just think, look at that rainbow color. I love it. And then the last one that I got here, again, look at that shininess, rainbowy colors, and I feel like this video isn't even like doing it justice, but eventually I'll get a good picture of all of these too to show you. And this is peacock ore, or bornite, and that's another new one for me. So this is for all chakras. I mean, you can tell kind of by every single color being in there, but it's for chakra activation, vitality, joy, protection from negativity, alignment, physical healing. So I basically got it for the protection from negativity. I think that will be great to carry on my person or to have in my house. And again, was just attracted to the colors. I'm not even gonna apologize for it. That's just who I am. So I will have that shop linked. I don't know if they sell anything online, but if you are ever in the Chicago area, that is a great one to check out. And then I went to this pile of stuff that I have here about to show you is from Malloway Brothers. I usually go to Alchemy Arts. It's a little closer to my house, but since I had to run errands already in the area where Malloway Brothers is, I decided to stop in there. I had been once before, but that was pre-pandemic. So it has been a long time since I've been in there, but got some great stuff. The only thing that I actually needed was bay leaves, which I can absolutely get at the grocery store, and a lot of times I do, but I figured since I was already there, I would go ahead and pick up the bay leaves, but grocery store is usually just fine for me. So while I was there, I decided to get those. I also decided to get Blackthorne Bark, and I have high hopes that this is going to work well for me, but I have not actually worked physically with Blackthorne before, so we are going to see, but I really like its properties, and I think that it's going to be a good one for me. I can like feel the energy on it, and I feel like we're gonna mesh well. And I got this tea. There were a bunch of different options from this brand, so if I can like find their website or anything, I will definitely link that. But I had a hard time choosing, and they're all sort of like macabre, witchy themes. So this one is called Miss Fortune Teller. It's a loose leaf tea, and it is pear, blue pea flower, vanilla, green, and white teas. And blue pea flower is a lot of fun because that will be a very pretty color, and it will change colors depending on what else I add to the tea. So that'll be a really interesting one. Sounds delicious, but I just loved packaging on this. I'm like gonna have to find a way to use the packaging once the tea is all gone. But if I can find that, I will link that too. And then lastly, I picked up Bohemian Magic. So if you listen to the podcast, you will know that I had Veronica Varlow on the podcast earlier this year, and we chatted all about this book. And at the time, I had just my library's copy to flip through as we were chatting about it on the podcast, because I am always hesitant to add a book to my collection because there are a lot of them that are absolutely wonderful and I love them, and I loved them the first time that I was reading them. But since I keep a relatively minimal collection, I only keep the ones that I am going to keep referring back to. So there are a lot of great beginner books out there that I highly recommend on the podcast and think that everybody should check out at least once just to like read through the information. But for me, since I'm a little bit beyond that sort of beginner information, it's not something that I always refer back to and check in on again and again. So I tend to just leave those at the library rather than adding them to the permanent collection in my house. So the permanent collection is a very special spot. You have to earn your place. And Bohemian Magic has earned its place. So Veronica's book is really great. It is really beautiful inside. It's like a scrapbook type style. So it's got, all kinds of, pictures and personal stories and great, information. And it does have, beginner information in here, but it's also got spells and things. And I really loved it when I flipped through it the first time. And then I found myself checking it out from the library again to reference something that I forgot to take a picture of. And I was like, you know what? I need to own this. And I would obviously rather buy that from a small witchy shop or small bookshop rather than order it on Amazon. You know how it is. So I decided to pick that up while I was there, and happy to support the shop and happy to support her because she is a great person and a great author. And if you have not listened to that episode, I will link it down in the description so you can check that out and hear more about her. So that was it. Those are the things that I picked up, which was more than I intended because if you remember, I said I don't need anything. So that was a lot more than I intended to get, but I cannot be trusted in a crystal store, first of all. Anything that is like shiny and sparkly and pretty, I am just gonna buy it. And at some point, I'm going to need to categorize my crystals and organize them in some way. I'm not even gonna say declutter because I will probably never get rid of any of them. I feel like I use all of them or they just like look really nice all around the house. So came back with way more than I needed, but I am not sorry about it. And here is the last thing I am working on today, which is Glamour Magic. And this that you are looking at is finally new makeup because I realized that, we haven't really been going out. And then I've posted in the last couple of vlogs, like the times that I have been going out now that everything is sort of opening up, like there's no more restrictions. We could actually go out and do things and go to the bars and things. And then I was, doing my makeup, doing all that. And then I realized that all this makeup has been sitting in my collection since before lockdown. Like this crap is 2 years old. And obviously older than that. It's not like I got that makeup in March 2020. I had it for some time before that. So that's not good to be putting all of that old stuff. It has an expiration date. So I don't want to be putting that on my face. So I finally got all new makeup and you can see here, I have some other pieces floating around here. I'm going to collect it all, but it's literally all like 3 brands, Anastasia, Stila, and It Cosmetics. I know what I like. So something I did for myself was to go out and get all new stuff, but now I need to cleanse it, of course, because it's, bringing something new into my house, adding it to my collection. So whatever energies that it has collected from just being out in the world and other people handling it, I want to get rid of all of that. And then I am going to do some simple sort of enchantments on it, just a little bit of Glamour Magic. Usually when I do Glamour Magic, I have a whole episode on that on the podcast. So listen to that if you are, wondering the particulars. But when I get ready for the day, I will do different glamours depending on where I'm going, why I'm putting the makeup on, what I want for my day. So when I am just, setting it up for the initial cleansing and setting the charms on it, I usually just do something that's very simple, just some sort of protection and self-love, and then I can go in and further enchant it when I wear it. So that is what I'm going to work on for the rest of the day. But I am going to end the vlog here because I think that I've already got like 20 minutes of footage. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing some of these little pieces in my life, and I will see you in the next one.